Hey guys, alright, this morning I got FSD Beta 10.69.3.3. A new update just got pushed to my car, so I'm leaving the office right now and I'm going to head over to pick up my car and we're going to see how well it drives. I am downtown Chicago, so this should be an exciting drive. Let's check it out. So midway through my walk here, I just realized I forgot to turn on the heater in my car. So let's run into the app and do that real quick. All right, so I'm taking a little bit of a different format so I can show you both my hands that they are not on the steering wheel while I drive. So I'm going to dial in a couple destinations. I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can, and then I'm going to try to publish this tonight if possible. Okay, so we have Chicago Theater, Art Institute of Chicago, Willis Tower, and then heading home. So we'll get back with 37% battery left. So let's just take a look at the full route here. And okay, so we're going to be going through Greektown, heading north and then heading east. I am all set and ready to go. I hope you guys are ready. All I need to do is double tap down and the car is going to take off. So here we go, guys. Double tap. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's hope this works out. All right. So my hands are not doing anything. I'm going to put a little bit of force on the steering wheel just to make sure that the car knows that I'm here. And looking forward at all times. We are creeping out now. There's some traffic. There's a car, a big bus on the left. And I'm looking, there's a pedestrian coming. You can see the pedestrian turns blue. And just looking at our route here, I'm getting a little bit anxious, to be honest with you. Looking at the route. Okay, it's pulling out. Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh wow. Okay, it's going into the left turn lane. Okay, I hope it straightens itself out here. Yeah, so it needs to turn on its right turn signal. Okay, now this car is coming up behind me. They want to turn left and the light is turning red. This is not good, okay? I don't agree with what it did there, and I'm probably going to get honked at if the car doesn't get the heck out of this turn lane. So the left turn signal is going on, which is weird because we need to go straight, and this car behind me is going to wonder what the heck I'm doing. This is going to get really uncomfortable. I think this is going to be the first intervention. So I'm going to force it forward here. At least the left turn signal's on, but this car behind me is going to wonder what is going on because now it turned off. So I'm going to take over. This is actually a disengagement. I'm going to put the left turn signal on just to follow through with the stupidity that Beta brought me into. And now it's a green light, because the people behind me are also going left, and it would just be really strange if suddenly I had to wait. In fact, I could change my mind right now, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to abort that completely, cut in, and continue the path because I don't want to take more time. Okay, so now this car in front of me is turning right. There's some pedestrians there. My windshield wipers are going crazy. The snow is coming down, and it's melting pretty quickly. It is above freezing right now. It's 36 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to double tap down, turn it back on again. It says, please keep your hands on the wheel. And I hopefully won't have any other awkward situations like that where it cuts out away from a bus and goes into a turn lane when it should be going straight. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. So whenever you get out of a parking lot or whenever you leave a particular area and you take off for the first time, that is when you have to expect the unexpected. Now, it's not that you don't expect the unexpected in other situations, but it's a little bit more proven once you're out on a road. It's a little bit easier to use the software, a little bit more comfortable, let's just say. However, there are always these edge cases, and you run across these a lot, especially in a big city like Chicago. So here I am now moving forward. We are going to be turning right onto Washington Avenue. I'm going to tilt my camera just a little bit just so you can see my hands a little bit better on the steering wheel. Hopefully, there we go. Okay, so now we've got some pedestrians coming out. Okay, thankfully they didn't move in front of me. So I have my hands right in front of the steering wheel to take over, but I don't need to be putting my hands on the steering wheel. In fact, I'm going to use my knee. This is a technique that I know Holmar's blog or Holmar's catalog, however you want to refer to him, Omar on Twitter, he always uses his knee. And he's gotten so good at camouflaging it, he'll wear black pants and brush his knee against the steering wheel to give it that force feedback. So in my case, I always use my hands, but it is kind of clever to use your knee because then it truly is a hands-free situation. Even though when you sign up for beta and you first start using it, it will say, please keep your hands on the steering wheel at all times. So hands, knee, one of those. Okay, so we're moving forward here. Oh boy, it's going to go left. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is doing that. So we do need to go right here, and it's cutting. Now it's creating an unusual, awkward situation, just like usual. Okay, thankfully it went forward there and didn't just completely stop. Hopefully we're not in the left turn lane. It doesn't look like we are, but the car is hesitating way too much. The car in back of me is going to get impatient. This, again, is probably going to be an intervention. The car is wanting probably to get in the right lane because we do need to turn right on Washington Lane. We do have another street ahead before we need to turn onto Washington Boulevard. I'm going to step on the accelerators a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't bash into this car. Okay, good. I just need to close the gap. So when you're in the city like this, you can't leave big gaps like that. People will cut in, take advantage of you, and the biggest issue with it is that people get impatient and they'll honk at you and you just become a major nuisance on the road. And that is a common theme throughout all of my videos, is me just being super self-conscious. I think in general I'm more self-conscious than other people, but it is something you do need to be very, very hyper aware of in a big city like this. Okay, we're going past the Whole Foods Market here, and it is getting in the right turn lane. It needs to go quickly. Okay, good. They were not disturbing anybody here behind us. I'm so glad I have my rear camera running today because I have a feeling we're going to run into a lot of situations. Now, in previous videos, I was pushing it to the limit almost too much, where I was giving beta the benefit of the doubt in a lot of situations. Now, there's a lot of people that are debating that. You know, should you push it to the limit or should you take over? And I think the appropriate answer is a mix of both. Okay, so right now we can go right. Okay, turn right on red. Okay, that car's going. Come on, go. Okay, if my car continues to be this cautious, oh boy, take over immediately. Okay, yes, I will take over immediately. In fact, I'll cancel out of it. It says hold N for neutral. So I pushed up on the drive stalk, and that will put it into neutral. But I thought I pushed it all the way up. I just pushed it up once. So let me double tap down now again. Okay, it's going through this light. Hopefully it doesn't run the light. Okay, perfect. It was just the last second it went through that intersection. Just barely missed the red light. So my hands went back down again because I was driving manually there. We are back in the beta mode. And the way that you can tell that is on the upper left side of the screen, there's a little steering wheel icon, and that turns blue. So for anybody that's new to my channel, my name is John. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I've been a beta tester since October 24th, 2021. And that's, about 14 months now of testing, so I know the limitations, but this is a new version. There were no additional release notes that came out with it, so it is a bunch of bug fixes, and Tesla, as usual, doesn't tell you what they fixed, which is really annoying to me. I wish they were more detailed with that, but to date, there's no information about that. So we have 500 feet. It looks like Washington Boulevard is the next right. So we need to get all the way over to the right. Let's just double check here. Oh no, we have a little bit more. So that's strange. It's saying that 200 feet we need to keep right. I think it means stay in these right lanes. But we are going straight here on this road quite a bit more before we turn left to go north. So we're in a good spot right now. It's just confusing that it says 200 feet left on this road. So, oh no. Oh, okay, we are in the bus lane. Only buses are supposed to be over here. Okay, this is now it's yellow light. Oh, okay, I had to take over. Yikes, that was scary. Okay, I don't know what it was going awfully fast, and it cut in. Totally, it was trying to cut in. Now, I got nervous, and I had to take over there. That made me really, really nervous. The car was doing some crazy things there. Okay, getting over. Wow. Okay, I'm going to report that. It should not have done that. That was frightening, to be honest with you. It was going so fast. Okay, so I have it dialed in to go 5 miles over the speed limit, and this is a 30 mile per hour road. So 35, it just ramped right up to that. It saw, oh, it's clear ahead. I'm just going to go full speed ahead. That freaked me out. So I should really dial that down. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Dial it down to 30. So there is a setting where you can disable that relative speed. And I think I'll do that when it's a safe time to do that. Maybe when the car is stopped. I'll probably dial that down because it just went way too fast there. So there's another bus lane. The person to my right was in the bus lane. Here we're getting into the left turn lane, but we can go straight here. We're going to run into this bus. Hopefully it goes around the bus. Oh, no. Okay, we're going right. Okay, it's going over. Okay, phew, we didn't run into the other person there. A little bit of a close call. But, yeah, it was going to go straight into that bus. It made me nervous again. Okay, now getting over to the left. Thankfully, we haven't disturbed too many people here. A lot of really cool lights. I love when it's wet outside like this because you get all the reflections on the road. I'm sure this video is going to turn out really nice with the colors and the contrast. The only downside is my windshield wipers moving all the time. It's creating all this haze on the windshield, so that's a shame. Other than that, this is really beautiful. Now, there's a lot of Christmas lights out right now as well. We've got a little ways to go forward here, but this is super exciting. I am having a great time. I hope you guys are enjoying watching this. This is really exciting to be down in the city of Chicago. I don't come down here nearly enough. It's just a long drive. For me, from the suburbs, which is where I live, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic. If I take the train, it's about an hour, 10 minutes, which is a lot nicer. But obviously, I like to test Beta down here. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a Christmas market going on over here. Okay, some people taking some pictures. Pretty cool. Must be the Kris Kringle market. I've never been over here. They've got a lot of huts. I'm sure they've got some alcohol, some souvenirs, a lot of cool stuff. I wish I could turn my camera right now, but they've got some shops set up kind of ad hoc over here. Neat, really neat stuff. I heard it's fun to go to that. I should take my daughters down here. That would be fun. I hear some music going on. In fact, that's pretty cool. So since I have my camera mounted here, I can roll down my window. So I take that back. I've got my light hidden over here. Okay, slowing down. Ooh, we could have had an accident there. So my car hit the brakes pretty hard. We are at a red light, but it did brake a little bit earlier than I would have, and I've destroyed my light here on my window, so I'm just going to set that back up again. Oh yeah, I forgot this. This was mounted over here. Oh, that's super annoying. All right, bear with me, guys. This is so ghetto right now, my setup. I totally forgot my light was there. All right, there we go. We're back in business. Changing lanes away from path blockage. So it's turning on the right turn signal. So it's probably confusing the crap out of the person behind me. But this is not... Okay, so it is blocked up here, and it is... Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, so it stepped on the brakes. I'm going to have to step on it pretty hard here. There's a lot of cars coming up behind me, and it was going to go right into those barriers, so I did have to take over there. The car is not performing very well. I am not pleased at all. I'm going to turn it back on. This is where we need to get over, so I'm going to do it manually and then turn it on to set it up for success. Looks like somebody getting into their car here. I'll go ahead and double tap to turn it back on again. We do need to turn left here. Hopefully this car moves out of the way quickly. The left turn arrow was on there for a second, and now the light is turning red. So my car is not indicating whatsoever that it's going to be turning left here. So I'm easygoing. For some reason, I'm a little bit more relaxed than I usually am down here, and I don't know why, but this environment is, generally speaking, pretty stressful. I mean, this whole area is just densely populated. You got a lot of cars coming from all different directions, a lot of people walking around, and I can see some people looking. I have tinted windows, but I think you can see through them with this light shining on my face. So I think some people are wondering, what is this guy doing? So we're turning left here. This car is getting out of the way. normally if I was driving manually, I wouldn't have too much patience for this type of stuff, but I'm fine. I mean, I'm not in any rush right now. So coming up here, this is where the Chicago Theater is. This is beautiful. So if you've never seen the Chicago Theater, this is your moment. And we've got a lot of lights down here as well. So the light is green, and there's a lot of pedestrians here on the left of the car. You can see they're all turning blue, and my car is hesitating way too much. It's not even attempting to go out. So I've got someone right behind me. I have to be very careful here because they're going to get impatient. My car is starting to go. Okay, there, now I'm getting honked at. They're saying, hey, get your ass into the middle of the intersection. So I'm stepping on the accelerator. The car is hesitating and doing some really weird things right now. I'm going to let it now do what it needs to do. So I hate that when people are so freaking impatient around you in the city of Chicago. It is just extremely annoying. I should let the car do what it's doing because it's being safe. It's being a lot safer than I would be. And it's doing the right thing, to be honest with you. So when someone lays on their horn, it really, really irritates me. That's what annoys me probably the most about being down here is other people being stupid. Now, the car, granted, is also making, it's hesitating too much. So I will say that Beta is also stupid. But generally speaking, people just don't have any patience. And I'm sorry, now I'm getting really upset. All right, so there's the theater right there on the right. And you're going to see here in 400 feet, we're arriving. So at that point, I'm going to have to continue the trip. Hopefully it gives me the option to continue trip. I've never seen it give you the option when it's in the extended full screen mode like this. So let me just pull it over here. And hopefully when we come up here, it will show up automatically. But generally speaking, when you arrive at destinations, you do need to put the car in park or disable the beta. And the other way to do it is to actually open up your door. Because if you open up your door, that's the same as putting it in park. And essentially, I think the way that they've designed it is that they're intending that you drop someone off and then you continue your trip. So let's just see here, 400 feet, keep a close eye on this because what's going to happen is it's going to come to a full stop. It's going to say, hey, we are here. So 300 feet, 200 feet, okay, and should be slowing down right about here. So here is the Chicago Theater. Okay, putting on the right turn signal, I'm going to accelerate forward because we are here. It is getting over to the right. It's almost as if it missed it. It's saying, okay, we missed it. So I'm just going to disable, and I'm going to pull over here, and hopefully without interrupting any traffic, this is where I have to allow it. So now it's trying to reroute. Crap. Okay, I'm going to park it to see if it lets me do. Okay, good. Continue trip. So it was trying to reroute to go back to the Chicago Theater, which is what we do not want to have happen. Okay, so there we go. Now we can continue the trip. We'll go ahead and double tap down. Okay, wait for it. Okay, double tap down. Perfect. Okay, now going forward and then turning right here. So let's just zoom out, take a look at where we're headed. This is the exciting part. We're going to go on to Michigan Avenue. I bet it's going to be all lit up. It is a really exciting time of the year. We are the week before Christmas. Actually, I think, the Christmas is on a weekend this year. I don't have my phone to look at the calendar, but I think today's the 16th, the 15th or the 16th. I can't remember exactly. Okay, Wacker Drive. This is where we're turning right. A lot of cars coming. We got cars right behind us. So again, this is where I need to make some judgment calls to push it forward because it's overly cautious in these environments. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having fun. This is awesome time to be testing. It does make me nervous testing it down here because it is dynamic. There's a lot of things going on. Okay, here's a car turning. Okay, my car should go. Come on. Okay, I'm stepping on the accelerator. A lot of interventions this trip, but it is necessary. Okay, coming out here. Ooh, hesitating, not knowing where to go. Okay, it needs to go straight here. Okay, hopefully it knows that. Yes, it does. It's going straight. So this road bends to the left. Beautiful lights down here, I'll tell you. This is a really nice environment to be driving through right now. Unfortunately, if it weren't for the other people around me, unfortunately they're just super impatient. I've got all the time in the world. I have no problem with the car feeling its way through these streets. I mean, it's processing a lot of information, and it's doing a damn good job at it. All right, Millennium Garage over here on the right, and we're coming up past the Prudential Plaza and the Chicago Cultural Center. This car here has its hazard lights on. Now, I normally would just go around them just naturally, you know, if I were driving manually, because they are obviously, you know, doing something. So no need to wait. Now, the car behind me got impatient, and they're like, I'm going to go around. Now, I'm fine. Nobody's honking at me yet. But this car here should be pulled over much further. They're kind of right in the way, blocking traffic. Their hazard lights are on. Again, I'm not in any rush, so unless someone starts honking at me, even if someone honks, how about this? If someone honks, I'm just going to put on my hazards as well. That's what I should do. Whenever someone honks, I'll just put on my hazards. So this is where I really have wanted to have a bumper sticker, you know, just to warn people that my car can do the craziest things possible. Okay, ooh, it's hesitating there. Not good. Okay, coming up here. Okay, going straight, hopefully. It doesn't do something weird again here. Okay, these bridges make me nervous because I never know how much the cameras can see. It's going way too fast. Ooh, there's a stop sign. Oh, oh boy. Sorry. Okay, ran that stop sign. Very good, Beta. Nice job. Nice job. So I didn't even see that stop sign. That stop sign was right there by the bridge. Really unfortunate that it missed that. Just totally ran through that intersection. And was going way too fast, by the way. Let me dial it down right now because it's inappropriate. Very inappropriate right now in the city. Okay, there we go. Turning right here. I'm driving manually right now. Okay, good time to turn right. Okay, great. Okay, now that we're on this road, I'll go ahead and turn it back on. It looks like it's coming down here, and then for some reason it's going back over to the right. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I think I must have missed a road or something. Weird that it came all the way over here. And again, I may have just not been paying attention, or maybe the GPS lost connection. So we've got a bicyclist here, and coming over here, and hesitating. Thankfully, nobody behind us. Okay, pull this over here. Interesting. We've got some police vehicles. Okay, going over to the left. Ooh, don't hit that curb. It's doing something really weird right now. Looking for some feedback from me on the steering wheel. Okay, there we go. Again, I'm going to put my hands up here so you can see. I am not doing anything on the steering wheel. The car is driving all on its own. Coming up here, we've got a parked car and a lot of things going on. We've got some poles on the left. Thankfully, it didn't hit them. And now moving over. And this is Michigan Avenue. This is the highlight of the drive. Now, we're going to see how well it does. It needs to get over here to the left. Actually, it says, okay, that sign is saying no U-turn. But we do need to get left more. So I'm not sure why it's not going there, because that is the left turn lane. It looks like this bus is also turning left. But I think because the bus is so large, it's not in the left turn. I don't know why it's not in the left turn lane. This lane right now is not a turn lane, to my knowledge. I don't see anything on the road, and it's a solid white line here on the left. So I think this bus made a mistake. They're not supposed to be turning left. And it's interesting because there it is. The left turn signal on the bus is showing up on the visualization. So now my car is getting over into the left. Oh, it is a left. Okay, so that other lane that I was in was a left turn lane. It's a go straight and turn left lane. Okay, coming through here. Okay, hesitating. Car doing some weird things again, kind of erratically going through that turn. It was a little bit bumpy, but not too bad. Okay, coming up here now. I think this is where our destination is. Let's just double check. Oh no, we're going to go on Monroe Street and then come up. Interesting. So it's like doing a loop around to get to, not sure why it's the path. It looks like it just like discontinues right there. Like usually it takes you to that destination, but here it just kind of drops me off. Weird, like Nichols Bridgeway, somewhere in that area. It's just like stop. The blue navigation is just stopping there. So we'll have to keep our eye on that. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but it should be a quieter area over here. So we're not catching a lot of the busier section of Michigan Avenue. That's further north. We're kind of down by the museum campus, I believe. Yeah, we're further south. If you really want to see some cool events and stuff going on, you have to be further north. So we're heading south right now. Okay, looking forward, making sure my eyes are on the road, because the in-cabin camera, also known as a driver monitoring system, the DMS, is keeping track of what you're doing. Okay, getting in the left turn lane, a little bit late. I would have been in this lane sooner than that. And, ooh, even jumping over one more. Okay, I'm fine with that. It was a little bit strange, but I'll take it. I mean, thankfully nobody behind us right now. Bit erratic, bit chaotic, bit stressful, a bit uncomfortable. Choose your adjective. This is a little bit uncomfortable, driving down here because, I'm on edge. I'm sure you can tell. I didn't have any coffee today, by the way, except for maybe at like 7 a.m. But here it is, almost 7 p.m., and I am just totally wired, on edge, obviously, because I have to expect the unexpected. And Chicago is not an easy city to drive through. Even if you're not using Beta, it is a very, very difficult city to drive through. There's just so much going on, and especially at this time of the year with the holiday season. All right, here we go, guys. Okay, the car is moving forward, and we've got someone right behind us. Ooh, okay, doing some weird things there with the steering wheel. Okay, coming forward. Great. Okay, and there's somebody behind us. They're merging. Okay, good. Goal number 1, don't annoy other people. Okay, here we are. So it's arriving. So I'm just going to pull over here. I'm going to put on my turn signal, so hopefully they go around. So continue trip. Here it's allowing me. So I don't know. It's 50-50. Sometimes you have to park the car. Other times it allows you to continue the trip. So continue trip. Okay, now it's locked in the next section. So let's just zoom out. So now we're heading to the Willis Tower. All right. Great. We are all set to continue. So we'll double tap down. Beta is enabled now once again. So coming up here, we're going to be turning right onto Columbus Avenue. Or Columbus Drive, rather. Okay, here we are. Okay, right turn signal is on. Nobody behind us. This makes me feel good when nobody's behind me. This is my favorite situation. All right, and going forward. You know what? I forgot to bring my Rode microphone, but I would really love to get an Uber drive in. We'll have to save that for another drive, but I really love getting customer reactions. I might do it just for my own personal enjoyment, but I don't have the microphone set up to really capture it on film. I might try anyway. The audio would be pretty crappy, but I think it'd be fun just to see what people say, because I'm not down here, like I said, that often. So it is fun when I turn on Uber. I get drives just like instantly down here. Obviously people are wanting to go all sorts of different places down here. All right, so these 2 lanes right here are turning right, and it looks like that's the only thing you can do coming up here. So both lanes, I have right turn arrows on them. Okay, so the car thankfully knows that. Okay, perfect. So the right turn signal goes on, and this will be interesting to see if it stays in its lane as it executes this right turn. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a science experiment gone wild on public roads, and I will say that Beta is not in control. Make sure that you realize that when you're watching these videos. The car is doing things, but the driver is driving, okay? And I am taking over and intervening whenever necessary, and that happens quite often, unfortunately, when you're down in a big city like this. If you're in the suburbs, you'll see a lot of my other videos. I drive for long periods of time without having to do anything, and it's pretty stress-free if you have a straight shot with without a ton of traffic. But down here, I'll tell you, you are on edge. It is not easy testing down in a big city. In fact, if I wasn't filming, I probably wouldn't be using this because it is just sloppy. I'm completely honest with you. Full disclosure, it is sloppy. Okay, there, see, look, getting in the left turn lane late. the guy behind me, if he had been going any faster, he would have been really pissed off at that. Okay. Ooh, almost hit that cop car. Okay, this is a one-way street here. That cop car was facing the wrong way. My car is kind of going all over the place. People behind me, thankfully, aren't tailgating me, but we do need to go straight here. It's getting into the right lane for some unknown reason and then jerking back into the middle lane. Really strange. I'm doing the play-by-play here, and I'm trying to talk as fast as I can because there's a lot going on. A lot of cars here on the road. Okay, thankfully, nobody behind us at the moment, so this puts me at ease. But obviously, that is always the most uncomfortable situation, is when somebody's right on your tail, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, coming over. So there, another erratic movement by Beta. Okay, ooh, turning lanes. Okay, good that it didn't move in front of somebody. Nobody behind us at the moment. And coming forward. So this is not too bad. I mean, with the exception of kind of some erratic behavior, it's not too bad with the traffic pattern. As far as people behind me or unusual. Okay, now this is weird. Okay, could be uncomfortable. Okay, so the right turn signal just went on briefly there. Thankfully, nobody behind us. Okay, great. Doing the right thing there. Yes, going around that car. It was parked in an unusual situation. That's the other thing, is that you run into people that are just doing weird things. Parked in the middle of the road. Oh, I almost had to take over there. I almost went into those barriers. Okay, it's weird. It's kind of like swerving to the left and then going back into the middle, swerving to the left. We need to go left here. Hopefully he doesn't miss it. Come on, get over to the left. This is where we got to go left. No, come on, go, 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 go. Okay, oof. Now it's like hanging out in the middle of the lane. This is uncomfortable. All right, I'm going to have to take over here. It should not be doing that. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to report that. We were kind of straddling two lanes there and making it really uncomfortable for me. Should not have done that. So we are kind of under this bridge, which is where the train runs. I think it's probably this. It's probably the. I don't think that's the Metro. I think that's the Blue Line, or one of the main. What do they call it? Okay, here we go. Turning left. All right, I'm driving manually right now, and there's a guy walking there. He had the right of way, but I already started the turn. Okay, so here we're under a bridge. We've got some unusual path under the bridge. I don't know if we have cellular connectivity down here, but this is where we need to turn right. Let's see if it can do this. Okay, it's the right turn signal's on. Okay, going through here. Good. All right, and then straight ahead is Willis Tower, which is the Sears Tower. And I've driven through here before on a video. So basically, right when we come up here, we have arrived, and I'll probably have to put it back into park to allow it to continue trip. Let's just see here. Yep. So what I'm going to do is do that right now before it continues going right. I'm just going to park it and say continue trip. Nobody behind us. Give it a moment to calculate. All right. There we go. So we've got kind of an unusual path here to get onto the highway. So I'll put my foot on the brake pedal, put it into drive, and then double tap down. Whoops. We'll wait for the steering wheel. It says auto steer temporarily unavailable. Okay, double tap down. Here we go. All set. Okay, so this is a one-way street, and I don't see a stop sign, but cameras have to identify a good time to go. Looks like it is a good time now, and great. It took the opportunity, and now we are out here. We need to go left onto Adams Street here. Okay, so as you can see, the light is about to turn green, and we've got a guy right behind us. Hopefully it goes quickly. Okay, it is moving forward. Good. Okay, it's hesitating now. It thinks that this guy's going. Come on. Okay, now that I'm probably going to get honked at if it doesn't go now. Okay, I'm stepping on it. This is getting really... So just these moments like that, it's where it's like, come on. Like, what are you waiting for? There was nothing that Beta should have been hesitating for. I think it maybe thought some people were coming. I have no idea what it was seeing, but it was totally safe to go there. Okay, now turning left here is going to be interesting. There's a big barrier on the left, and it needs to go all the way forward before turning left. And we've got some pedestrians. Nobody behind us. Whew. Okay, so it should be creeping forward. Come on. I'm just going to let it do this while we wait here because nobody's behind us, but it should have gone. Okay. So think about what it just did there. It didn't want to be in the middle of the intersection because you never know. The light could just turn red at the last second, and you don't want to be stuck in the middle of the intersection. So, I give it some respect for waiting there. On the other hand, it wasn't natural. If someone had been behind us, they would have been upset. Thankfully, nobody was. Okay, coming forward here. Now it's one lane. So it's always those moments that just make it really uncomfortable in environments like this. But pretty soon here, I'm already starting to calm down a little bit because now we're away from a lot of the traffic, away from a lot of the pedestrians, and I see like some people walking their pets. So this is kind of like off the beaten path of downtown Chicago right now. I mean, even though we are kind of in the heart still, it's like by the river. We're kind of a little bit away, and we're going to be getting on the highway here any second. So it'll be interesting to see how it merges onto the highway. And then from there, like I said, I'm probably going to turn on Uber and just see what type of ride I can get. It's always fascinating to hear people's impressions when they experience beta for the first time. Now, the other thing is that when I'm driving with beta and I have a passenger, I like to have the full screen visualization because it's just it adds to the experience. But I don't know where I'm going when you expand it all the way over. That's one thing I miss. They used to have a setting where this would take up like this much of the screen, like it would be 75%, and then you'd have the navigation taking up the other 25%. But they did away with that a while back, and I really miss that. I wish they could go back to that because that was nice. Okay, there we go. Come on, go. All right, I had to step on it. So there's another intervention. Just taking too long there. And getting in the left turn lane. This is what it needs to do. Very good. Wells Street here. Not sure why it was taking so long there. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more beta videos, and we'll see you in the next one.